Have you ever noticed how some days your mind feels heavy, your thoughts seem cloudy, and your mood just isn't what it used to be? Imagine waking up feeling hopeful, but then, as the hours pass, a fog slowly settles in, dulling your memories, stealing your energy, and making even the simplest things feel overwhelming. What if I told you that this invisible weight may be hiding in your kitchen, quietly sabotaging your mental health, one bite at a time? Today, we'll uncover the 7 foods that, according to the latest science, are quietly destroying the mental well-being of people over 60. Some of these might surprise you. Others may be so familiar, you'll wonder how something so ordinary could have such a powerful impact on your mind, your memory, and your joy for life. But before we begin, ask yourself, how often do you think about the food you put on your plate? Not just how it affects your body, but how it shapes your thoughts, your mood, your ability to remember your grandchildren's laughter or the stories from your past? Because what you eat doesn't just fill your stomach. It builds the foundation for every moment of clarity, connection, and contentment in your golden years. Let's start this journey together with open hearts and curious minds. And as we go through each of these 7 foods, pay attention, because the 4th one might surprise you, and the last one could be the most important of all. First, let's paint a picture. Think of your brain as a lush garden. Every day, you water it, tend to it, hoping to see beautiful blooms, vivid memories, sharp thoughts, peaceful moods. But certain hidden weeds can quietly take root, choking out those blossoms before you even notice. The foods we discuss today are those silent weeds, creeping in, slowly sapping your mental vitality. The first silent destroyer, refined carbohydrates. Imagine a soft white slice of bread, a sweet bun, or a handful of crackers. These are staples in many kitchens. But recent studies, including one in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, reveal that diets high in refined carbs are linked with a significant increase in depression among seniors. These foods trigger rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar, leaving you feeling drained, moody, and mentally foggy. Over time, that constant roller coaster can erode your resilience and steal your joy. And it doesn't stop there. Refined carbs don't just affect your mood. They also accelerate inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, 2 of the biggest culprits behind memory loss and cognitive decline. So next time you reach for that white bread, ask yourself, is this fleeting comfort worth the long-term cost to your mind? But if you think refined carbs are the main villain, wait until you hear about number 2. The second food quietly sabotaging your mental health is processed foods. Picture the convenience: a frozen meal, a packaged snack, or a can of soup. They're quick, easy, and everywhere. But according to a recent study in Public Health Nutrition, high consumption of these processed foods is directly linked to an increased risk of depression in older adults. Why? Because they are loaded with preservatives, unhealthy fats, and excess sodium, all ingredients that stir up inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. It's like inviting a storm into your mind, one that slowly erodes your ability to feel joy, to recall cherished memories, to engage fully with the people you love. And as these foods become a habit, they quietly chip away at your resilience, making it harder to bounce back from life's inevitable challenges. Ready for a twist? The 3rd food on our list is hiding in many diet products, and you might have been told it was a healthy alternative. Number 3, artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame. They promise to help you cut calories and manage your weight, but recent evidence shows a darker side. Studies now suggest that artificial sweeteners can interfere with neurotransmitter function in the brain. In simple terms, they disrupt the chemical messengers that regulate your mood, your focus, and your ability to remember. Imagine trying to tune in to your favorite radio station, but the signal is full of static. That's what artificial sweeteners can do to your brain's communication system. The result? Increased risk of mood disorders, anxiety, and even cognitive impairment. So the next time you reach for a sugar-free treat, remember, the sweetest choice may not be the safest for your mind. But the next one, number 4, might really surprise you because it's something many of us grew up enjoying at family gatherings. 4th on the list, fried foods. Picture crispy fries, golden chicken, or even a fresh donut. The aroma is tempting. The taste is nostalgic. But the science is clear. The Mind Diet, developed to protect against dementia, strongly recommends limiting fried foods. Why? They're packed with trans fats and oxidized oils, which create inflammation and oxidative stress. Two enemies of brain health. Recent evidence shows that people who regularly consume fried foods have poorer memory and slower cognitive processing. It's like pouring sludge into a finely tuned engine. Eventually, it starts to sputter and stall. And for older adults, that can mean losing precious memories and the mental sharpness that keeps you engaged with your family and your passions. But don't lose hope. Coming up next is a food group that may seem harmless, yet carries a hidden cost for your mental well-being. Fifth, sugary beverages. Think back to the last time you enjoyed a soda, sweetened iced tea, or those brightly colored drinks your grandchildren love. These beverages are loaded with sugar, and studies have consistently shown a connection between high sugar intake and impaired memory, mood swings, and increased risk of depression. When you drink sugary beverages, your blood sugar spikes, triggering a burst of energy, followed by a sharp crash. This cycle can leave you feeling anxious, irritable, or lethargic. Over time, it taxes your brain's ability to regulate emotions and remember the details that make each day meaningful. If you're still with me, you might be wondering, but what about the foods we've always considered hearty and traditional? Let's talk about one that's at the center of many family meals. Sixth, red meat, especially processed varieties like sausages and deli meats. While red meat can be a source of important nutrients, consuming it in excess, particularly the processed kind, has been linked to inflammation and cognitive decline. The Mind Diet cautions against frequent consumption of these foods as they contribute to the buildup of harmful proteins in the brain, associated with dementia and memory loss. It's not about giving up every delicious roast, but about being mindful. Ask yourself, could you swap a portion of red meat for lean proteins like fish or beans, even once or twice a week? Each small change plants a seed for a healthier, more vibrant mind. But the last food on our list may be the most overlooked and the most important to address for your long-term mental health. Seventh, excess salt, especially from packaged and restaurant foods. Salt is essential in small amounts, but too much can wreak havoc on blood pressure and blood flow to the brain. Over time, high salt intake damages the delicate blood vessels that nourish your mind, increasing the risk of cognitive decline and even stroke. Imagine trying to water a garden through a clogged hose. Eventually, those precious flowers wilt. That's what happens to your brain cells when they don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need. Cutting back on salt, especially the hidden kind in canned, frozen, and takeout foods, can protect your mind and help you stay sharp for all the moments that matter. Now, pause for a moment. Reflect on these 7 foods. Have any of them crept into your daily routine, perhaps without you even noticing? You're not alone. So many habits start as small comforts or conveniences, but over time, they become silent saboteurs of our mental health. But here's the good news. Every day is a new chance to nurture your mind and body. Small choices, repeated over time, can make a profound difference, not just for you, but for your family, your legacy, and all the memories yet to be made. So, what can you do, starting today, to protect and strengthen your mental health? First, embrace whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins. These foods are nature's medicine, rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and nutrients that fight inflammation and fuel your brain. When you fill your plate with color and variety, you're giving your mind the nourishment it needs to thrive. Second, become a label detective. The next time you shop, take a moment to check for hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, excess salt, and unhealthy fats. Even small swaps, like choosing whole grain bread instead of white or water instead of soda, add up over time. Third, remember that change is not about deprivation, but about creating space for what truly matters. Every bite is a vote for your future, a future where you can remember your loved ones' faces, share stories with your grandchildren, and wake up each day feeling hopeful and connected. Your family needs you, not just your presence, but your laughter, your wisdom, your stories. Each healthy choice is a gift, not only to yourself, but to your children and grandchildren. Imagine the joy of watching them grow, of passing on your legacy with clarity and peace of mind. And if you ever feel discouraged, remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of people over 60 are making these changes, one meal at a time. Together, we can break the cycle of silent suffering and build a community of hope, resilience, and well-being. If these insights made sense to you or touched your heart, consider liking this message, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement, and joining us for more conversations about living well after 60. Your experiences, your questions, your voice are what make this community strong. Leave a comment below. Tell us which of these foods surprised you the most, or share your own story of transformation. Before we finish, let's imagine the future, not a distant, unreachable dream, but a vibrant tomorrow built on the choices you make today. Picture yourself surrounded by family, memories sparkling in your mind, a heart full of gratitude and joy. That future is within your reach. Start by making just one change. Swap out a processed snack for a handful of nuts, replace a can of soda with a glass of water, or invite a friend or family member to cook a healthy meal together. Each step is a seed, each day an opportunity to nurture your mind's garden. And if you ever feel lost or overwhelmed, remember this: you have already overcome so much in your life. You have the strength to face this new challenge, to rewrite your story, and to inspire those around you, your children, your grandchildren, your friends, to walk the path of health and hope. Let's walk it together with kindness, courage, and compassion. Your mind, your memories, and your future are worth every effort. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on mental health, well-being, and thriving after 60. And share it with a loved one. You never know who might need a gentle reminder that they're not alone on this journey. Your legacy is not just in the stories you tell, but in the choices you make today. Let's make them count, together,